Hello, hello. Welcome again. Welcome back to Smiley Stories World. Thank you, Not Crazy. Hello. Yes, thank you for being here and spending some of your time with me. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you all. Hello, Janice. Good to see you. It may just be us. I don't know what's going on around the streets today, nor do I care. I am here to bring another story, and it is a small story, but it's one I wanted to bring out again to you. So, welcome in, everybody. Get your refreshments, hit that thumbs up. Anybody here, just come in and relax, and you are welcome. And I appreciate you. Please know that I appreciate you very, very much. So we won't waste time because today is probably going to be a busy day. And I just want you to know that I appreciate you. And if you come in late, you just come in late. Rewind it. That's all I know to tell you. Today, we're going over, it's July 18th, 2025 still, and we're going over this horrific crime that happened in Knoxville. And so welcome in. You're tuned into Smiley Stories World, as you know, and I am Smiley. And we're going to discuss this disturbing. Hey, Amy, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. We're going to describe this story and talk about this disturbing and heartbreaking case out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey, Betsy, how are you doing, honey? Good to see you. This kind of is graphic, but I'll be as not graphic as possible. But on June 23rd, 2025, in Knoxville, Tennessee, police responded to this wellness check. And it was on Mercer Street in Knoxville. So if you're there, you're familiar with that. They found this naked man. He was unconscious and he was beaten, of all things, with a toilet plunger. He was doused in bleach. All of his wounds, I cannot even imagine. And his 3-year-old child and his SUV were gone. Gone. It is bad enough that this stuff goes on, but the more and more, it just gets worse and worse. Yeah, I think he, in my opinion, probably did that with the bleach to think in his eyes he was going to erase some DNA, but that's just my thought. But I don't know. This man, he's 19 and he looks crazed. I will show you. He looks crazed. And he probably was. Look at this. Look at that, y'all. I mean, what is wrong? What in the H? E double hockey sticks is wrong with society. Yeah, he looks really crazed. Now, imagine being the parent of that child and your baby's taken and your partner's fighting for their life and someone lies. Well, we don't know if it's a lie or not yet, but someone allegedly lies and said you sent them. How dare they? How dare they? According to the police report, 19-year-old Charles Kaufman, he forcibly entered this house and he attacked this victim, this man, with his fist. He slammed him to the ground and he used a toilet plunger repeatedly. And then, caution, he inserted it in the victim's mouth. Yeah. That's what this 19-year-old did. This is Kaufman right here on my screen. He then dragged the victim into the bathroom. He stripped him naked and he poured bleach into all of his wounds. I think in an effort to destroy evidence or add further harm, probably both. The victim's 3-year-old child and their Ford Expedition was also missing from the scene. Officers in nearby Sevierville found Kaufman driving the stolen vehicle, the SUV with the child in it, and an unidentified woman. I still cannot find out who this woman is, but we'll get to some more of that in a minute, because I was thinking, probably just like y'all are, was it just somebody he picked up? Was it just somebody who... No. Mm-mm. Kaufman told police he was contacted by the child's mother and asked to pick up the child with an Uber. However, the mother absolutely 100% denies that she ever even spoke to him. She never authorized this. She didn't tell him to get the child. None of the above. The charging documents list 4 charges against Kaufman: aggravated kidnapping, attempted second-degree murder, tampering with evidence, and theft. He remains held, as far as I know, at the Knox County Jail with no bail set at this time. The victim suffered a subdural hematoma, facial trauma, and possibly chemical burns. I'm sure he did with the bleach. Bleach in itself will kill you if you use too much. Can you imagine it being poured on his wounds directly? Hello, Becky. Sure is what this world is coming to. Unreal. And the guy that this was done to was taken to the University of Tennessee Medical Center for treatment. When he was found, the child was also taken to a hospital as a precaution, of course. There was no detailed update on their medical condition, but of course they're a minor, you know. Yeah, not crazy. I have too, and bleach will, if you inhale enough of it, it's horrible. It will, that's a lung killer for sure right there. Do you think this guy on my screen, this Kaufman guy, believed he'd been asked by the child's mother, or do you think it was premeditated? Hey, Sarah, welcome in. You know, I don't know. Could the bleach incident be a sign of a pre-planned attempt to destroy evidence? Sure it could. I think he was trying to destroy evidence. That's my take on it. Hey, Danny Lynn. Good to see you, honey. Good to see you. What was Charles Kaufman's relationship to this mother, or the child, the victim? Because this may be the key to understanding both the motive and the intent. Or was he just some crazy person that did this? As of now, police haven't released no confirmed relationship between Kaufman and the family, but there are 3 possible scenarios, and they're worth looking at. Was he just an acquaintance? He did, after all, tell authorities that the child's mother asked him to come get the child via Uber. And that's a claim she completely denies. But if true, this suggests some prior contact with the mother, like messaging or verbal or something between the mother and Kaufman. But as of now, there's no police records. Hey, Daniel, happy Friday. Good to see you. But as of now, there's no phone records or screenshots or anything provided that supports his claim. The mother says she never contacted him, never authorized pickup, and didn't share the child's location with him. That's very important. As I did my research, I found out Mom was in jail. I don't know what she's in jail for. But I would think if she did contact this guy and tell him that, the jail would have that information for sure. Through letters, through phones, phone calls, video, something. So how? What happened? Or was him on my screen, Kaufman? Could him and the mother have met online? Thank you, Sarah. And I love you being here. Thank you so much. It is hard to tell. It's very hard to tell. But there's no records, at least none that I know of, that they have released as of yet. Is it possible that Kaufman met the mother or someone pretending to be her online? Now that's plausible. You never know who you're talking to online. Through social media, through dating apps, third-party chat groups. All of that has been used in past crimes. They're dangerous. Dangerous. But people still use them anyway. But some of them can be used to gather information and set up access to children. That's why we got to have stuff locked down. And that's why we have to be, very careful with our children. Welcome, Miss Ann. Thank you for coming back in. Could this have been some kind of catfish setup or stolen identity scam? Or was this some kind of stalker that had some kind of obsession? That happens too. If Kaufman had no legitimate link to this family, to the mother, and fabricated this story to justify the abduction, it could indicate obsession with the child, obsession with the mother. It could be a history of stalking or other prior attempts to contact. Something more sinister. Hey, always. Good to see you. Could it be possibly trafficking or abuse? He's 19. It's so hard to imagine. Not yet, Miss Ann, but I will look. You probably sent it to my other phone. I don't really check that one that much, but I'll look. It may even be dead right now. That's my call-in phone. In my opinion, this guy went to great lengths to do what he actually did. And that's a fact. Understanding this relationship or lack thereof is very crucial in this case, I believe. If Kaufman had prior access or trust, it could expose negligence, manipulation, and deeper mental health concerns. Hey, always. Thank you all for being here. But if he was a total stranger, it dramatically increases fear within the freaking community. If I was the community, especially the parents, but if I was the community now that all this has happened, I'll be scared to death. Again, the bleach may show premeditation. Kaufman knew he was trying to eliminate forensic proof, in my opinion. That's what I believe. This weakens, in my opinion, too, by him using that bleach, any accidental or confused defense. He may look confused on my screen right now, and he may look crazed, and he may be crazed. He may be crazier than a bed bug, honey. But I don't know that this is going to fly. Prosecutors will use it to argue his intent to silence the harm and flee, that he was crazy, cray-cray. So he might be cray-cray. Cray-cray, like I said, as a bed bug. But he really screwed up if this is premeditated. Those defenses are hard to prove. But when you pre-med, you know exactly what you're doing, especially at that time. Pouring bleach on someone's wounds, which he hurt and made the wounds, all that possibility to try to cover up DNA in his mind and to cover the evidence. Yeah. He knew exactly what he was doing, in my opinion. I'm sure they're going to try to use, I wasn't in my right mind. I'm sure they will. Sometimes when you have problems, and I'm not saying he didn't, it's still not okay. And it does not give you the free ticket to pass go and go out and do whatever you want to do. That was the hard part, Betsy, because he's 19. Right now, they're still considering him a minor, even though he's over 18. At least that's what it's posting. So it's hard to get anything until he goes to court, or, until his court and trial and all that stuff comes out, which, in my opinion, there's been children 14, 15, 16 who have been tried adults for tremendous crimes. And this, to me, is a tremendous crime. Stop protecting these people. Just stop it. Often used when a crime is especially irrational or violent, they'll say, I wasn't in my right mind. But that requires documentation, past documentations, not nothing new. Past diagnosis, hospitalizations. This doesn't always result in release, and it's not an okay. It's not okay. I am too, always tired of people blaming mental illness. People just don't understand mental illness, but I'm so tired of it. And it's not an excuse. And he says, this guy right here on my screen, he says, I was told to pick up the child. I thought I had consent. Right now, at least, there's nothing digital that stands by that. Nothing. there's nothing that brings that out unless something's changed since I researched this case. In my opinion, that does not explain the brutal assault on the child's father. Unless, again, by now, they've named her. There was also an unnamed woman in the car with them. Should the unnamed woman in the car face charges too? I say, yep. But that's just me. But who was she and what was her role? I was beginning to wonder about her. Maybe she was, is a minor. I don't know. Maybe she's a minor too. Maybe they're protecting her, but they're not giving her name. Who was she? What was her role? Did she have any knowledge before, during, or after? And then I thought, well, as I did a little more digging, evidently she was there. I agree with you. Absolutely. She should be charged, in my opinion. Not just him. I think they should stop protecting these people. Given the child's age and the physical trauma involved, do you think prosecutors should pursue especially aggravated kidnapping charge? Because I do. And if you don't know the difference, so kidnapping C, 3 to 5 years, $10,000 fine. That's a risk of injury. Aggravated B, kidnapping, 8 to 30 years. Could be $25,000 fine, including injury, felony, intent with the weapon. And in Tennessee, especially aggravated A, 15 to 60 years, $50,000 fine, and under 13 using a weapon or serious injury or ransom. I don't know. Maybe I'm going more towards A. But he sure needs to get his, whatever it is, because he won't change, in my opinion. But again, that's my opinion. We don't know much about Charles. His name is Charles Kaufman. As a 19-year-old, they consider him still technically a minor in many legal ways, until further legal filings of the identification, or of prior offenses, personal history, and all that stuff is going to remain private with him, which makes no sense to me. But I feel we soon will know. I feel he did a big boy crime, and he should be charged as a big boy, in my opinion. And I feel he will be. But believe and trust, there's going to be a dig deep into him. You saw somewhere on Facebook a man brutally, a 12-year-old, and only served 2. I know always, oh my God, some of these crimes are horrible. I know, not crazy. That's what I was saying. Why are they still considering him that? And is that because maybe he has mental problems? I don't know, but it's still not right. I don't know. But right now, unless somebody comes forward, friends, neighbors, school people, co-workers, all that stuff, and trust, they're going to dig into it. But unless any of that comes forward, nobody's going to really know the account or accounts of why or what could have been his problem or his mindset or his connections or his motives and stuff like that. Friends and neighbors need to come forward if they know this boy right here. And, was he employed? I don't know. I mean, school teachers, anybody. Somebody needs to come out and talk. This is just the early stages right now, an early phase in the prosecution in Charles Kaufman's case. and still is in preliminary stages right now. The arrest, they charged him, but as far as also his family background and all that, don't know. Don't know. Don't know any of that yet. Did he have a support system? I don't know, but I pray the community, those of you, if you see this, who knew him, speaks, talk about it, tell who he is, start to speak out. Hey, Christy, hello, beautiful. Community outlets are so important, and occasionally people are going to follow up. They're going to follow up with the neighbors. They're going to follow up with the classmates. They're going to follow up with the family, until everything gets out and gets dropped. Listen, y'all, this man, not him on my screen, the one he hurt. Yeah, but see, Betsy, I thought about that. Oh, maybe the other female. She's saying the other female. Maybe the female that was with him met the mother in jail. And maybe that's why they don't have no records, because the mother told her to tell him or somebody to go do that. You are correct, Betsy. That's a good point. Then there would be no records, would it? There you go. That's a good point. Good point. But the dad, the one that was hurt, he was found naked in the bathroom, brutally beaten, suffering from subdural hematoma, facial trauma, and probably chemical exposure from the bleach. And doctors at the medical center provided immediate emergency care. But his ongoing condition, again, that's HIPAA law. So again, I don't have any information on that. Hey, Leslie. Hello, hello. Leslie, keep it real. But he may not live. He might not live. We don't know. It hasn't been publicly disclosed. They note his condition is unknown. That's what the local outlets are saying. It's unknown. That in itself, if he dies, also will be up to a murder charge. So again, I don't know. Many charges, in my opinion, he needs to get, let alone the kidnapping and everything else. I do feel this was premeditated and not a random act, in my opinion. That's what I feel. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking that we don't know if this victim is awake, if he's back home, or if he's speaking with the cops. He may not even live. Again, there's HIPAA, so we can't just go running around finding out. We don't know yet. We don't know what this guy has suffered or is suffering. Thank God the child was rescued safely. Officers, located the stolen Ford Expedition in Sevierville, Tennessee, with Charles Kaufman and this unidentified woman inside. After being located, the child was taken to the nearby hospital for evaluation, just as a precautionary, they said. And again, I don't know where that child is today. I thought maybe it was back with its mother until they proved different, but I assumed wrong, finding out that the mother was in jail. I don't know what she's in jail for, because I don't even know her freaking name. I don't know. But God help her if she was involved. And if she wasn't, God still help her. She needs all the prayers she can get for this nightmare. If she wasn't involved, either way, she's going to need prayers. Fortunately, the child was found safe and not under, is now under medical care, or was under medical care, but is allegedly okay. I just hope it don't have trauma, old enough to remember again. Emergency checks like this, they're standard after abductions, so they will come. Maybe they gave it back to the dad or the grandparent, whoever. But they say they go back and check on the child, and after things like this happen, there is emergency checks like this in place that checks the child's welfare. God, I hope so. And that's to protect the child's health and provide legal closure. I hope that's saying that the father's okay. I know he's not okay, but I hope the baby's with the father and the father's home and he's okay. I don't know. Hey, Nancy. Welcome in, everybody. What we do know is police had contacted the mother, and she firmly denied that she asked this Charles Kaufman right here to pick up her child or that she ever communicated with him about it. Authorities quoted her as saying she would never allow him to take custody of her child. I'm still interested to know why she's in jail, but anyway. We know the mother has denied all contact or any consent, contradicting Kaufman's claim. He was told to pick up the child, is what he said. So somebody's lying somewhere. It doesn't matter. He's still a criminal and he's still in the wrong. Her silence since then doesn't mean she won't be heard later. Court filings will put her, the mother, in the spotlight. How important is she going to be? I think she's going to be very important. I don't care if she's in jail or not. Don't y'all think she's going to be an important piece to this puzzle? Because I do. And so for the unknown lady in the truck with them, I would love to know who she is too. And why, I don't know. Was she a minor? I don't know. I thought, well, was she innocent in all this? I don't think so. Her name, age, and her background have not been released. Authorities refer to her simply as a woman found in the stolen SUV with Kaufman and the child, according to statements. Hey, Juicy Jules. When questioned, she said she entered the Mercer Street home. So see, that right there told me she, the unknown woman that was with them in the vehicle, had some part in this. Because listen to what it says, or what I say. She told them, she said she entered the Mercer Street home and saw the wounded victim inside. So she saw the man inside, the one Kaufman had hurt, bleached, stuck a plunger in their mouth, and put in the bathroom. She says Kaufman then handed her the child before they fled together. So I can't personally wrap my mind around how she would be innocent. Was she in shock? Maybe, but how do y'all suppose, in shock or not, unless he, was holding something to her head? How do you just leave with him with the baby with a wounded man in the bathroom? So she reported hearing Kaufman speaking on the phone, saying he thought he might have killed the man and didn't know if he was still alive. I don't know who he was talking to, and I don't know who she heard him talking to. That's right, Leslie. At least she had guilty knowledge. So she may have been an active participant. She may have been assisting him fleeing the scene. Or she could have just been uninvolved, some type of bystander he made go in the house. And he handed the child to her under duress, and she was shocked. It could have been anything. One of the things that's going to be important, was there any key witnesses? Her testimony includes both Kaufman's actions and the state of mind during the flight, especially his fear that the victim might be deceased. I don't know. Could she face charges like accessory after the fact? Sure could. Aiding in a kidnapping? Absolutely. Tampering with evidence? Sure could. Depending on her involvement and her awareness, we don't know. It's possible. Anything's possible. Let's watch some of the news clips. This is WSMV.
Hey man, here's your package.
Every
By the way,
time,
what is
everyone.
it?
Wow, that was quick. It's GovPlus.
GovPlus? What's that?
It's an online service that helps handle your government applications fast, like renewing my passport, TSA pre-check, and other paperwork.
Oh yeah, that stuff can get pretty
I pay
stressful.
for these
Now, that's
commercials, and I
GovPlus.
still have
You
to
just
watch
fill out
them.
a quick form online, and GovPlus
I'm
makes sure
scared if I
everything's
touch a
done right.
button, I
And you
can't
don't
get
have
back
to
what
fill
I
out
need to
paper
get.
applications or use confusing websites.
I apologize.
Yeah, it's actually way faster and easier than doing it myself.
We got a bizarre story in North Knoxville. A man accused of beating up a dad, stripping his clothes off, covering him with bleach, kidnapping that man's 3-year-old child, and leaving in the man's car. Police say this guy did it, Charles Kaufman. They claim he broke into the home on Mercer Avenue around 4 a.m. Sunday. Police say Kaufman attacked the victim with a plunger, then poured bleach over his wounds. Officers say Kaufman kidnapped the child, stole the victim's car. He was eventually arrested in Sevierville. The child was still in the car with him. Kaufman faces a long list of charges, attempted murder, kidnapping among them. Now, he claimed the child's mother asked him to go pick up the child, but the mother absolutely denies that.
How to apply.
All right, that's one of them. Let's see. I think this is, hold on.
How to apply for and renew your passport from the comfort of your own bed. Stay under the covers and head to govplus.com. With one secure online form, you can apply for a passport in minutes instead of doing hours of paperwork. Take ID photos from the comfort of your home. Get real-time updates on the application process and get it delivered to your door. And subscribe
It
for
sure
other
is,
renewals so
isn't it,
your passport
always?
never expires again. GovPlus makes applications so easy. It's no wonder they've filed
You
over
have to
500,000
think
so
of this
far.
stuff.
Number 2 now, a teenager is in jail accused of beating a man, stuffing a plunger in his mouth, pouring bleach on him, and kidnapping his child. Knoxville police say Charles Kaufman went to a home on Mercer Street near Baxter Sunday morning. Officers responded after someone called, worried that Kaufman may have killed the man and kidnapped a 3-year-old child. Officers found a man naked with a serious head injury and a strong smell of bleach. Charles Kaufman, the man you see there on your screen, was later arrested in Sevierville. The child went to the hospital to be checked. Police say Kaufman told them his mother, who is the guardian of the child and is in jail right now, asked him to go to the home to get the child and the car, but the mom denies this. Now, when Kaufman did go, police say he got into a fight with the victim, slammed him to the ground, stuffed the plunger in his mouth, and poured bleach on his wounds. Kaufman is now charged with attempted murder, kidnapping, and theft.
So that's just absolutely beyond me. How do you don't just wake up and go, I'm going to do this. So I don't, man, and it gets worse every day, every day. And hey, tears run dry and everybody coming in. Thank you. But this world is crazy. Very crazy. I just hope that the man is still alive and he makes it. And I hope that the child don't, have any lingering things from this. It's horrible. It's horrible. And the bottom line is this. What happened in Knoxville, it's not just a crime, and it can happen anywhere. You're not safe anywhere. You're not safe in your own home, and that's sad. It was a nightmare. A father nearly killed, a child taken, and questions we still don't have answers to. We don't know the full story yet. I don't really care what the full story is. This is horrible. The victim, I want you to know we are praying for you and your recovery. The child, oh my God, no words. I hope the child is surrounded by love and safety and is never hurt ever in their lifetime again. Ever. To all my viewers, stay cautious, stay aware, be aware of your surroundings, stay compassionate, and keep demanding the truth. We're going to keep an eye on this story. And if this story moved you at all, please share it anywhere you want to. I don't care. Hit the thumbs up. Let's get this story out, and let's hope they don't give him a pat on the back and allow him to walk amongst any humans again, what he did, children or otherwise. And let's get, just get this story out. This isn't just some headline. It's somebody's life, somebody's child, even the man. Let's not forget that. This man, the father, the husband, if she had nothing to do with it, again, he was a father, he was a husband, he was a child, And until next time, just be kind to each other. Be aware. Be aware of your surroundings and what's happening around you. And remember, justice begins when we stop looking away. But we got to stop looking away. Truth matters. 19 years old. People don't have no age. They don't have nothing. A lot of people's got a lot of hate in their heart. Y'all keep on being you and keep being real. I'll see you later. Thank you for being here with me, and y'all have a great day.